What's up, my Central Unit? It's the Central Man here. So this is my review on AEW Double or Nothing 2020. So I'm going to start with the pre-show match. We had a tag team match. Winner become the #1 contender for the AEW Tag Team Champions. We got Private Party versus Best Friends. A decent good match. Best Friends got the victory. They hit a double tag team finisher. I think it was on Mark Quinn or Aisha Cassidy to score the victory. And yep, Best Friends will face Hangman Page and Kenny Omega for the tag team titles in a future match. Probably at Dynamite or at the next pay-per-view. The first match to kick off the main show of Double or Nothing 2020, we got a casino ladder match. This is not just an ordinary ladder match you see in wrestling. This is combined with a little bit of a Royal Rumble format, with every 2 minutes a new competitor shows in the match. You've got the two members of SCU, that is Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky. You got Kip Sabian, Orange Cassidy, 1/3 of the Best Friends. Darby Allin, and also surprising, Luchasaurus. I forgot him. And also, surprising debut of Brian Cage. When I see Brian Cage in this match, it's like, Jesus Christ, Brian Cage? I'm guessing his contract with Impact Wrestling expired. He's no longer with TNA/Impact Wrestling. Unfortunately, this was fucking good. I don't understand why they had Orange Cassidy in this match. He didn't really do much. He's more of a comedy act. He's just didn't try to be competing for the title. Actually, it wasn't the title. You have to pick up this giant poker chip to receive it. Yeah, and winner gets a shot of the world heavyweight champion. Anyway, it was good match. I give AEW some props. With the 2 minute time in it. Similar to if you watch the Royal Rumble match in WWE. It's kind of like a bit of both. Instead of it's not a battle royal, it's a ladder match. So anyway, Brian Cage, basically they all competitors in this match beating the crap out of Brian Cage, buried him with a bunch of ladders and the poker chip. In the end, he came back from the dead, really beat down Luchasaurus, climbed the ladder, received this giant poker chip, and won this match. And he will probably face Moxley or Lee for the world title. Really in a future match, probably at Dynamite or at the next pay-per-view. So I think it's a good decision because Brian Cage is new. I'm guessing they're putting that rocket strap onto Brian Cage. I'm guessing he could be the next world champion. He's a former champion in TNA, former TNA world champion or Impact Wrestling world champion. It's the same company. Anyway, it's a strong, good opener. The next match, we got MJF versus Jungle Boy. This was a surprisingly good match, a good follow-up. A little bit of both of the match, I think he had MJF working on the shoulder of Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy had some offense of his own. In the end, MJF got the victory. He really rolled up Jungle Boy while holding his tight to score the victory. As I said in my prediction that MJF would win, I was right. Okay, the third match of the main show, we got this is for the crowning of the first TNT champion, Cody Rhodes versus Lance Archer. Mike Tyson came out with the unveiling of the of the TNT belt. Fucking garbage, man. That belt is shit. Same scenario as the Universal title from SummerSlam of 2016. And then also some people don't like the 24/7 belt. Very poor lack of design. I don't want to get into it too much, but oh my god, it's be more creative, man. That TNT belt, it's just really? They just basically watched WWE product and try to copy the same design as the Universal title belt. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it. Let's get into the match between Cody versus Lance Archer. It was a good match. No, don't get me wrong. It wasn't like a 4-star classic. It was typical big man versus medium-sized man because Cody is tall. He's not super big, but he's medium-sized big. He's a little bit skinny. You know, like it was back and forth between them. I think the referees kick out of Arn Anderson and Jake Roberts. Unfortunately, they did not really interfere. I thought like one, both of them trying to hit like a DDT. You know, like because Arn Anderson, you know, I know he hits like the spine buster, but he mostly hit like a DDT. Same as Jake Roberts, but unfortunately they got kicked out. And then seconds later, you had Jake Roberts with the sack, and you got Mike Tyson came out, didn't do nothing. I thought Mike Tyson's gonna knock out like Jake Roberts, but instead he kind of like takes his top off, flexing. You know, he's still in good shape. In the end, you had actually for like some bulks of the match, you had like Lance Archer was doing like these type of lucha libre moves. And then I think like one more in the match, he was trying to do Undertaker's old school, and I think like Arn Anderson kind of really tripped him up, and he kind of landed his balls onto the top turnbuckle. I think that's the reason why he got kicked out of the match. Yeah, in the end, Cody hit not one but two crossroads to win this match to become the first TNT champion. I think I was going for Lance Archer because they are building him up as, you know, putting the eggs onto the Lance Archer basket, you know, getting the rocket strap on him. But instead, it never went in that direction. I think it was basically with a Cody. I did some thought of. I think the reason why they put the belt on Cody because over a month ago he fought Chris Jericho for the world title at Full Gear, and he will never win, will never challenge for the world title ever again. I think he's trying to give Cody the silver medal. You know, is he gonna be a good champion? Who knows? But you know, it was still a good match. Okay, and then we got the first women's match of the show. We got it was supposed to be Britt Baker versus Kris Statlander. Unfortunately, Britt Baker pulled out due to a knee injury. She suffered that knee injury on the Go Home show of Dynamite. You know, they had the tag team match between it was Rose and Britt versus Statlander and Shida. I think like Statlander and Shida did a suplex onto Nyla Rose. Unfortunately, Rose kind of landed onto Britt Baker's knee, and then that's the reason why she's not on the show. I wish Britt Baker a speedy recovery. So basically, Britt Baker's replacement is Penelope Ford. So yeah, we got Penelope Ford versus Kris Statlander. Okay match. Wasn't bad. Wasn't like like a 4-star classic, but it was a good match. I think the problem is no build because basically like Penelope Ford is basically Britt Baker's last minute replacement. You got Kip Sabian, Penelope Ford's boyfriend, holding the crutches, wearing like type of a neck brace around his neck, like selling the injuries from the opening match on the show. Yeah, in the end, you had Statlander hit Penelope Ford with the Big Bang Theory to score the victory. Okay, that's match number 4. And then match number 5, we got Shawn Spears versus Dustin Rhodes. You had Shawn Spears wearing like this type of suit, teasing like Dustin Rhodes is not going to show up. And then you got the music plays. You got Brandy Rose trying to distract Shawn Spears. And you had I'm confusing the names. Dustin Rhodes attacking Shawn Spears. Like earlier of the match, you basically had Shawn Spears giving Brandy Rose the middle finger. Dustin kind of ripping the clothes off of Shawn Spears, and he was wearing Shawn Spears was wearing on the boxer shorts. You had Tully Blanchard's face on the front of Shawn Spears' boxers. Man, it's like, oh my god, that is cringe-worthy shit. In the end, you had Dustin Rhodes got the victory, hit the final reckoning. And yeah, Shawn Spears, man, booked like a loser, man. Poorly used in WWE, and now he's booked like a loser in AEW, man. So okay, and then we got the AEW Women's Title match between Nyla Rose versus Hikaru Shida, and this is a no disqualification match. Really, this was really fun. A fun no DQ match. They were fighting mostly outside the ring. You had Nyla kind of throw Shida into this blackjack station, and you basically had Nyla Rose says, "Always bet on black." They were like fighting near the crowds, you know, the spot with the bunch of you basically had Shida hit Nyla Rose with the knee, and Rose kind of like fall into this type of giant poker chip, fighting on the ring. I think you had basically had Nyla Rose put Shida through a table. Shida kicked out. He's the booking Shida like this dominant underdog. You had Shida hit like a Volcanal off the top rope on Rose. Rose kick out from that. Yeah, multiple like both women hit each other with kendo sticks. Shida hit the running knee onto Nyla Rose to win this match to become the third AEW Women's Champion. First it was Riho, then it was Nyla Rose, and now Hikaru Shida. For me personally, yeah, Shida is a good worker, but this is a shock of me. I never expect Shida to win this match on the show. I thought Nyla would retain the belt. I think the reason why when Cody's got the championship and now Shida becomes new women's champion, I think like this past week was really a bad day for the business of wrestling because of the deaths of Shad Gaspard and Hana Kimura. I think that could be the reason why they need a good moment on the show. So it's a shocker for Nyla Rose because I like Nyla Rose as champion. You know, they booking her like a badass, and it's just like I don't understand that. You know, if Shida lost, I don't think it's gonna hurt Shida in the long run. I'm guessing they will do a rematch down the road, but I was like, it caught me off guard. You know, the title change for the women's match. So okay, and moving on to the semi-main event, the second last main event. We got the AEW World Title match. Shocking! I thought it's gonna be the main event. Unfortunately, I thought it's gonna be the main event. I don't understand that, but anyway, we got Jon Moxley versus the Insulted One, the leader of the Dark Order, Brody Lee. This is similar to the women's match from earlier. They were kind of like fighting in the crowd, but the problem is this is not a no DQ match. The referee just allowed it. Both wrestlers did not got counted out. You had basically had Brody Lee back body drop Moxley onto the timekeeper area. They were fighting near the crowd. You had Moxley basically had like Lee kind of throw Moxley into like this type of card set to like giant cards. You had Moxley's face onto the ace card, and you got Lee's cards on the same time. You got a card with Moxley and Brody Lee's face on the aces card. Fighting in the crowd, fighting on the stage. You had I think you had Moxley throw like this black poker chip onto Lee. Moxley hit Brody Lee with the paradigm shift onto the ramp. They kind of went through the pathway ramp area on the stage. You know, after Moxley performed the paradigm shift onto Brody Lee. I thought this has ended the double count out. Unfortunately, it'd be really good. It could save them. It made them completely strong. But unfortunately, you know, they survived. They're not dead. I think Lee was busted wide open. You know, he was bleeding. Lee kicked out not one but two paradigm shift. And then you got Moxley kind of locked Brody Lee with the sleeper hold, and Lee completely passed out with the hold, and Moxley retained the title. I think they are going for the rematch down the road between Moxley and Lee for the world title. I think Lee losing this match, not to got choked out by the rear naked choke by Moxley. It's not gonna hurt him in the long run. I think they are still have plans for Brody Lee down the middle. So I'm guessing it's gonna be the next feud for Jon Moxley against Brian Cage. Who knows? So fingers crossed. Could be at the next pay-per-view. And the next pay-per-view for AEW is All Out in August. I think it's August. So okay, moving on to the main event. The main event. We got a Stadium Stampede match with all members of the Inner Circle versus the Elite. That's basically Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks with Hangman Page and Broken Matt Hardy. basically, you had Hangman Page riding to the arena with the horse. There was like a black and white horse, and all members of Inner Circle were basically dressing up like American football players, wearing their annual football jerseys with the Inner Circle logo on it. And really, this was fucking good, man. It's a deletion match without the music. Like, I'll get to the some moments. You had Matt Hardy being down. Really had the one portion of the match with the with Bailey Proud and Powerful being down Matt Hardy. They kind of like drowned him on the pool. There was like this pool area in the arena into the stadium. They kind of drowned Matt Hardy, and then you got this reference of Matt version 1. First time in what 14, 15, 16, 17 years in in the Ruthless Aggression era in WWE. Yeah, they choked Matt Hardy into the pool, dressed up like he was Matt version 1. He had this graphics similar to the Matt version 1 during that Ruthless Aggression era period. Then they drowned him up again, and then he's back to playing Broken Matt. Basically they kind of like he kind of Matt ring this bell, and he kind of like I think it was Ortiz or Santana kind of like convulsing with that effects of the bell, tied him up with the wheelchair. Yeah, Matt Hardy kind of like put I think it was Santana through like this ice chest and trapped him with placed the broom on the ice chest. He cannot get out. That's the last time we see was it Proud and Powerful? Santana and Ortiz in this match. Yeah, basically had Hager and Hangman Page were fighting in the bar area. They were drinking beers for one moment, and then they didn't realize they're fighting each other. Then they started fighting. You had Hager, I think he put Hangman Page through a table. And then Kenny Omega came to a rescue. Omega kind of smashed a champagne bottle onto Hager's head. Page hit the buckshot onto Hager. He kind of landed through the bar counter, and then basically like they were had Page and Omega drinking. I don't know what they're drinking. I think it could be Bacardi, it could be whiskey or rum. Anyway, and then you got like the funny part was Jericho's portion of the match. He basically was like. There was like this type of mascot, what was it called? The Jacksonville Jaguars mascot. It's called Jackson DeFille. And you got Jericho hit the Judas effect on the mascot. That was funny. And then he was arguing with the female referee. I think what's she called? Andre Edwards. And they did the reference of American football, like go and look at the replay, arguing. Jericho called Andre a shit referee. And then, like, you got one moment of the match, you had, I think it was Nick or Matt, one members of the Young Bucks hit, like, a Northern Light onto Sammy Guevara, onto, onto the pitch. And then you got, I think, one of the Young Bucks members kind of throwing Jericho with some footballs. And then they kind of put Jericho through a table. One kind of did, like, a run towards on the lower or upper portion of onto the stair portion of the arena. Did like a move off it, and Jericho, he kind of put Jericho through the table. And then you got like Sammy Guevara, the last member of the Inner Circle. You got Matt Hardy and Kenny Omega. Same spot from Dynamite from earlier, or from weeks, really 2 weeks ago. They did like a street fight between Jericho and Guevara versus Omega and Matt Hardy. Like you got Omega and Matt Hardy chasing Sammy Guevara on a golf cart. I think Kenny Omega put Sammy Guevara through this type of platform area. He kind of hit Guevara with the one-winged angel. That was sick. I said, holy shit. Yeah, the Elite and Matt Hardy scored the victory. I think it's their first defeat for the Inner Circle as a group. I don't think they lost a match as a group. I'm not 100% sure. So, yeah, anyway, yeah, Elite Matt Hardy scored the victory. It was funny. I was intrigued. For me, this is match of the night, man. So my final rate of AEW's Double or Nothing 2020. This is way better than Money in the Bank 2020. Let's be honest, man. So my final rate for the show, I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10, man. A really fun show. Match of the night has to be the Stadium Stampede match. And then you got like good matches like the opening match, the Casino Ladder match. Rose versus Shida for the women's title in the no DQ match, and Moxley, Brody Lee for the world title. That was awesome. Cody and I forgot his name, Lance Archer. That was fun. It was decent, slightly decent. And yeah, you got like the no bad matches on the show. Actually, Dustin Rhodes and Shawn Spears match was basically comedy match. Didn't work for me. Statlander versus Penelope Ford. That was just basically no. It was no build. It was okay. Yeah, no bad matches on the show. I think the only bad on the show has to be the design of the TNT belt. That was so piss poor, man. So. Okay, that's my review on AEW Double or Nothing 2020. Hope you like it. Leave the thoughts and comments below. Smash the like button. And subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube. And next time, I'll be back reviewing Dynamite. I'll be next Saturday, so stay tuned for that. And the next review for AEW's pay-per-view will be AEW's All Out 2020. So this is Essential Man, officially signing out. Check you later.